Hey friends! So here we are. We jumped in the truck last minute, decided our plans changed entirely when some friends told us about an opportunity. So it's Dan's day off. We figured why not make it a date morning out with the truck and the ladder and a pear tree, right?
Yeah, foraging as a date. That's like worse than Lowe's as a date.
Oh, we've totally done
We've
that.
totally done that.
And I bet you have too. But I'm chicken sitting for some friends this week, and they said, there's a pear tree that you can help yourself to. And so we were like, oh my goodness, yeah. We will turn that into wonderful canned pears and pear jam. But sometimes you just have to take the opportunities that life gives you and say, hey, all right, this is what we're going to do on our day off, right?
I think that is a new term. I'm going to coin it. It is opportunistic foraging. We could call it forage-tunistic.
Absolutely. That sounds like a good term to me. All right, so
here we go.
Let's head on down the road.
All right.
So what's a day off in the life of a farmer actually look like?
There are no days off. You know that.
How do we say that without being just totally discouraging?
It's a labor of love. That's why we're called Joyful Homestead.
That's true.
Yeah.
Everything we do has long-term benefits,
yes.
And that's what gets us excited. Look at this gorgeous old pear tree. We are super excited that we've been given the opportunity to pick everything that's on here. These friends of ours don't want to use it, and so they said, help yourself this week. And knowing that they are ripe and ready, we just came to pick basically the whole tree, which we've done before on other people's property. Unfortunately, our pear trees just haven't come very far along for us to get a giant quantity out of them. So when we want to do canning, when we want to do pear jam, we're on the lookout for people who don't want to pick their own pear trees, which, sometimes that's the case. Somebody has one out here, they've got 100 acres and they've got some old trees and they're just not interested. So take advantage. That's kind of part of the idea of foraging, is looking for opportunities for food that's out there and already growing that you can use. So what are you seeing? Are you seeing all ripe or about half of them ripe? What do you think?
They're going to need to sit for a while, I think. I'd say a third of them are ripe, and then some are just hard and need to rest. That's the nice thing about pears, is that you can let them sit and they'll ripen off of the tree.
So if they're twisting easily off the branch, they're ready. If it takes a little bit more of a yank, you might want to save those till later. Come back in a week and pick those. But if they're still a little bit hard, you can actually have them sit in your house in a kind of a cool location and let them ripen off the branches. Feels actually really good out here. Nice breeze blowing, beautiful day.
Can't ask for anything better to be with the love of my life, doing the things I love to do.
Oh, that's sweet. Dan, I wore my grippy shoes so that I would have no trouble in this ladder this time.
That's good.
My dog walking shoes have gotten so slick. These are awesome. I am not moving on this ladder.
I can almost taste that pear jam with a little bit of cinnamon that we do.
Yes, my favorite recipe. We should share that in the description of this video.
Yeah.
So that people can make it like that. It's delicious. And we just finished the last jar of it.
That's right. Perfect timing.
Yay! We're going to be able to make some more just in time.
That's the best thing about canning, is when you, or freezing, when you use up the rest of it when you're just about to pick the new one.
And that means you've pretty much guessed really well how much your family needs for a year. If you're just about to run out and you replenish, that's pretty good. Look at this, quite a haul. Not bad for a morning's work, right?
Good job. Woo! All right, let's get out of here. So what's next on the agenda here on this day?
I want to make lunch.
Okay.
That way when we start the garden boxes after lunch,
Uh-huh.
we're going to be a lot happier.
I will take my second shower of the day because I am sweaty. What?
No,
No.
what?
What is that?
We're stopping.
I,
What's up?
Well, I think I see some wild elderberries.
Oh my goodness, I've been looking for those all week.
That
Are you
would
serious?
be gold if we get those. I'll mark the spot there.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
okay.
Fantastic.
For sure. Hopefully it's far enough back from the road.
Yes.
Yes. Whew, this day just keeps getting better. It's after lunch now. We got a nice break, and then we've also gotten a break in the weather. Full cloud cover right now, which is perfect because Dan wanted to get a little bit of weeding in before we go on to our afternoon project. But he's already gotten so much done over here. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous soil. It's a nice dark brown underneath these wood chips.
So one thing that I have to do today that's on my list is weeding. I live by the Homesteader's creed that there are 4 things you try to do at least a little bit of every day. You water, you weed, you mow, and you mulch. And oftentimes when we get rain, I can skip the watering part, but nature doesn't help me with the weeding part. There's a part of the garden here that we have set aside for Sabbath rest. It's a season that we don't plant anything in it. And I put literally a ton of wood chips on top of it, spread that out, and it's been composting for a full season. And I can tell that it is very fertile soil up underneath there because all of these weeds are starting to grow. And I guess it's part of the give and take of actually having a Sabbath rest that you will have weeds grow, but you can pull them out. And it's really nice because they condition the soil so well. I've got some wood chips here that are, just composting, but if I dig down into this soil, I get this beautiful looking loam that's starting to be created. This used to be, believe it or not, a driveway for a house that used to be here. So it was very gravelly and very hard and clay, and I've been working at it for several years, and this area of the garden has become very productive because I give it a little bit of Sabbath rest. So I have to do a little elbow grease in order to get all these weeds out, but it's definitely worth it in the long run.
On to the next project. We emptied the truck of all the pears. We got so many of them, and we laid them out in a single layer inside so that they'll just ripen over the next week, and we'll keep checking them. But now we've been to the hardware store, and Dan has a new idea of something he wants to try in the garden. So we're going to get started on that together. One thing we've learned over the years is that homesteading is constantly evolving, changing, and growing. So I'm excited for what we're going to do that Dan wants to change up in the garden today. Evolving and changing. Kind of like 30 years of marriage, right? Always evolving, growing, and changing.
Dan had the idea of making mobile garden boxes on top of our mulch-covered resting garden spaces. The pieces will be movable each season, and each time all he will have to do is go get another truckload of soil. He's thinking about attaching brackets too, so that we can add hoops and grow vertically.
Well, the weather keeps changing. Right now it's looking like it might rain, but it is supposed to be clear this evening for our date night, which is outside. It's been a good day. We've finished all of the garden planning, and we're going to finish that project tomorrow. We're going to go pick those elderberries we saw tomorrow as well. Sometimes things just pop up and you just go for it. This was actually a day off, and yet it ended up being full of good work with good purpose and kind of planning for things that we want long term. And that's okay because we're doing it together. So I'm going to finish getting the animals taken care of and go get ready for my date night.
Well, you look beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I'm finally
I
ready.
cannot wait for date night.
Yes, that's what we need. After a hard day's work, we are ready to go out and relax. And so having this work-life balance together helps refresh us and give us what we need so that we can continue to do what we do together.
We'll have a fun night at the concert in the park tonight. Our town has really fun things to do like that, and we're just going to be together because we work really hard. We like to play really hard.
Yes, so I hope this day in the life has been kind of fun and enjoyable for you and gives you some food for thought on how to do this homesteading life.